We're currently on our way to buy the UK's most popular car, but there is one very big issue with this car, which you guys will see shortly. Hence the reason we have a trailer on the back of the van to actually go and collect it. We're pulling up to the address now. If all is good, we're going to get this on the trailer and get it back to the workshop. When I say this is the sketchiest car we've ever picked up, I mean it's the sketchiest car we've ever picked up. Take a look at this.
Hey, right, if anyone sees the car and they think it's dodgy, it just looks like it's got a flat tyre, so it's sitting a bit on the walk. So people should be keeping an eye on the road, not looking at the car.
Squatted out trailer.
It's not moved at all. It's fine.
If Carl says all is good, all is good. It is now the next day. We finally got it off the trailer and we got it back in the yard. But there's one big problem with this car. This is the problem with the car so far. It doesn't start. Now the weird thing is yesterday when I went to go collect this car, did the same thing, battery pack on, and it started up first time. There are some engine issues which we're going to dig into later in the video, but for now, I've got to figure out why this thing isn't starting because it's really annoying. Now I know that the car has a good spark because it ran onto the trailer and drove onto the trailer yesterday, but what I want to check for now is they're actually getting fuel from the fuel tank all the way to here and nothing was damaged on the trailer. So I'm going to unplug the fuel line, crank it over, see if we have any fuel. Meanwhile, Carl is resurrecting the trailer. This thing got the Corsa home yesterday, but it needs some more work. So Carl's on that today.
It was a miracle.
We've got a slight change of plan because I can't get this thing started now. So here's the bad news. Yesterday it cranked and started fine, but it didn't run great. Now today, hooked it up to a brand new battery, more than 12 volts going into the engine, everything's good, it cranks, we've got fuel, we've got spark as far as I can tell. We need to tear this thing down to see exactly what's gone wrong. Now these very popular UK cars are very prone on the 1 litre and the 1.2 litre engines to stretch or jump timing, which is what I'm really hoping hasn't happened with this car. But there is only one way to find out. We've got to do a very quick visual inspection of everything on the top so far, and then we're going to dig deeper to see if there's any catastrophic damage here. At the moment, the oil filler cap, yeah, that is not great. But the car has been sat for quite a long time, so I'm going to excuse that for the car being sat for a long time. However, if we look at the valve train here, take a look at the oil in here. This thing, I've seen bad oil, but that is on another level. You might look at the condition of that valve train and you might be thinking that this engine is on some stupidly crazy high miles, but in reality, it's not. Probably not going to be able to show you guys this because the battery's flat. Of course it is, but the car is actually on less than 86,000 miles, which in the grand reality of things of a 2002 car, which is what, 24 years old, is not actually that bad for mileage. 86k, 85k, that's fairly low mileage, I would say. So I say that we get stripping this engine down, let's take a look, let's see the damage that we can find. Now, a lot of you might be wondering that it might be an immobilizer which is stopping this thing from starting if it cranks, but I don't want to bore you guys. It would be a really boring video if I'm poking around with a multimeter or I'm trying to recode the key. That's not what you're here for. So let's close the door and let's work on getting this engine somewhat stripped down and take a better look at it to see if there's anything catastrophic that we can find. I've just found a part of the car which I personally love. Now, I've owned a lot of BMWs in my life and they've never come with this. The coil packs all being one entire unit. I've never seen this before on any car I've ever worked on. I think this is a genius idea because you're not having to pull each individual coil pack out. They all come out at once. I've never seen that before. It's probably a really bad design, so you guys can let me know in the comment section if it is or if it does work. But so far, this is where I'm at, so I'm going to remove my lovely piece of tech that I love over there. And what I want to do now is I want to do a quick compression test just to see what the compression is like across the board with these cylinders, because I will be honest, for the age, they're very clean in there. Compared to the rest of the car, the inside where the spark plugs go looks relatively good. Right, just finished up on the last spark plug. Let's see what the compression is. I've done all the four. I didn't want to bore you guys, so I kind of skipped through that part of the video. Let's check what they should be. I'll let you guys know what they are, and then we're going to do some Googling to find out exactly what the PSI should be on these. Now, on the last test, we got 100 and I'd say 110, maybe 115, 13 PSI. That's not too bad. That's the highest one out of all of them. The rest were all along the 100 mark. I've told you guys the figures, I've remembered the figures in my head. It's now time to do some Googling to find out what they actually should be. So let's see if AI can help with this. What should the compression be on a 2002 Vauxhall Corsa? Let's see. Hopefully, if I can load this, it'll be somewhere along the lines of those figures. It's thinking for quite a while, it's making sure the result it gives me is 100% accurate. Well, the results are in. It's not ideal. For a 2002 Vauxhall Corsa, typically the Corsa C usually featuring the 1 litre, the 1.2 or the 1.4 petrol engines, the compression should generally measure between 170 to 200 psi. 113-ish was our maximum. The rest are on 100, and the first one I tested was 98. Yeah, not ideal. But that's not the worst part. We can put the compression tester over there for a minute. We've now got to get the rocker cover off because I want to check the valve train, and I think the valve train is going to be a lot worse than the compression that we just tested. It's now the moment of truth. It's time to pull the rocker cover off to see how often we think this oil has been changed on the 86,000 mile Corsa. All right, so here we go. You guys are seeing this live with me, so let's take a look. Oh my goodness me. That is quite possibly the worst. Like, what? There's leaves in it. No way. There's leaves. Like, what are these? This is awful. That is absolutely awful. Okay, so flashback to the 2007 Mini Cooper S that we took the rocker cover off, and I said to you guys that car hasn't seen oil changes very often. Take a look at this. This is a sign that this car hasn't really had oil changes as often as it should have, because you can tell the oil is pretty black. This hasn't had an oil change in a good while. I'm lost for words. I have never seen the top of the engine look that bad before in my entire life of removing rocker covers, and I've removed quite a few. To be honest, I don't really know what's going on because, like, all of the valve lobes themselves have some scoring and they're pitted and they're just awful, but the rest of it just looks like it just hadn't had any oil flow in ages. And to prove to you guys, this engine does have oil. Like, pulling out the dipstick, we have got oil in the dipstick. The engine is fine for oil, it's not low or anything, but just the general condition of this area is so bad. Now at this current moment in time, I don't really know what to do with the car because I wouldn't feel comfortable cleaning this engine and putting those cams back in on top of that head because everything is just so scored due to lack of oil changes and due to debris getting in and causing all issues. So I don't quite know what we're going to do so far, but I do want to take the head off to inspect the head gasket because I was told the head gasket had gone, so that's the next job. I just thought I'd provide a quick update though for you guys to have a little look in here at just how dirty everything is. I mean, that's a head bolt, and it just, I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's time to work on getting some of these head bolts out, so I'm going to put that on here, and I've got what Carl calls pulley. This is the bar, so let's give this a go, and if some of these snap, then that's going to be bad news. The first click, you go first click, second click, and then that feels looser, so it should be good to go now. There we go, that's one done. Let's move on to the next one. This is the right adapter, and one of the head bolts has rounded off. Well, it's not rounded off, they're a like an inverted Torx, and one of the edges has just sheared off. That is so annoying. Guys, that sucks. I don't know what to say really. I'm lost for words because now I don't know how I'm meant to get the head off to inspect the rest of it. So that's a real bummer. I don't like the words failure. I never have. And when I try to set a challenge and I want to get it done, I don't like to be defeated. But at this current moment in time, I've got to ask myself, is a £200 Corsa worth spending all that time and money when I could be spending it on other projects for you guys? So leave in the comment section what you think I should do. This might not be the end for the car. I really wanted to see the head gasket, I wanted to see the pistons, I wanted to see the condition of the inside of the engine, not just the top of the head. But I think I've kind of met my maker here, and that one bolt has completely ruined my day. And while I'm sitting here filming this thing, looking at the back of it, it just reminds me about how ugly this car is. It looks like an egg from the back. But yeah, it was a fun ride picking this thing up. It somehow got back. That was just one of the best evenings I've had this year. The head bolt snapping or stripping, not so much, but I think that engine was destined for the grave anyway. I mean, it was not a healthy engine in any means. And my wife just messaged me to ask, how's it going? So how do I explain to her the current situation with that very annoying head bolt that sheared off or snapped? Let me show you guys the interior of the car, because if you thought that oil change had been neglected, the interior is even worse. Oh yeah, I forgot that door doesn't open. Nor that one. Nor that one. But the driver's one does. Look at the state of this thing. It is absolutely grim. Now the driver's seat looks all right, but if we move on to the other side, look at this thing. It has got a growing ecosystem in here. The mold is just, I mean, yeah, that blanket was obviously on that seat for a reason. Look at the state of this thing. But overall, it's not a bad car. And overall, if it was running, I think this would have been a great car to take on a track or have some fun with. But I just think where it is currently, I need to give Carl a hand fixing the trailer because that car bent the trailer yesterday. But I'm not going to call this the end. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It was a little bit of an interesting one, getting this car on the trailer, getting it done, stripping it down, having a little look to see how bad the engine itself actually was. And quite frankly, it's awful. If you guys enjoyed it, then you can give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see a load more content like this, where we've got 2 other cars planned, which I haven't revealed to you guys yet, one of them is insane and you're gonna love it, then hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. You won't miss any more videos like this, buying cheap cars, trying to fix them, or they go to the scrap. Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching today. Bye for now.